Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin continues to be in this boring range at the moment. It's not really moving at all. Gives me the possibility to show you the lower level wave count again, the higher level wave count again since June. The idea was that we moved up in a wave 4 here, all the way up to 25k, and now we are coming down in the 5th wave, which would ideally end the bear market. And this works out in a so-called ABC pattern. I did explain before why. There is another wave count where we understand all of these subwaves as 5-wave structures. In the end, it doesn't make a great difference. With the 5-wave structure, though, we would look at one more low down and could possibly go a bit lower. At the moment, as per this wave structure, I'm looking at Bitcoin possibly reaching the 14k area. And then to put a low in there and then to start moving up from there. But it is also entirely possible that Bitcoin goes to around 10k. So we need to take it level by level. And at the moment, my strategy is therefore I don't expect Bitcoin to already have seen the low. It could be in, but the price action speaks a different language. And also we currently have no evidence for that. Yeah, I mean, the only things that we have is basically that we are soon going to get a bullish crossover on the 2-week MACD. That in the past has actually been quite a good sign that a Bitcoin low has been made, but it's of course only one indicator. So let's open the MACD. So there's the MACD. Yeah, on the 2-week chart we can see a potential bullish crossover coming. And again, that in the past has always been a good sign. I'm using the Binance chart at the moment because it's the highest volume, so I don't really have the history here. But I showed you the history on other charts in the past, and it shows really, usually always when it does a bullish crossover on the 2-week, after a strong move down, which we had obviously, it indicates that the low was in. Now, again, this is only one indicator. It's, however, a signal that we should not completely ignore. But primarily, I'm still looking at lower lows. And if Bitcoin shows us bullish signals after we've made a new low, then we can be more certain that a low has been made. But it's at the moment way too early for that. Again, we're tracking here 2 main scenarios, maybe 3. So I'm currently tracking the scenario that in this ending diagonal that I showed you, a wave 4 peak was made here. Since then, we have started to move down in 5 waves. That's one scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this should take us down into the region around 14k, maybe 14 and a half, plus minus, $500. We can specify that further as we have a clearer look of the subwaves here. For example, it would be ideal to go a bit higher in the blue wave 2 because it would be a clearer 3-wave structure, ABC, and as you know, a wave 2 would normally retrace into the region between the 50% and the 78.6% retracement. At the moment, it has only retraced to the 38.2% retracement, which is a valid wave 2, but it's a bit too shallow, to call it the high probably already in. So I'm still looking at the possibility for another C wave up. But again, Bitcoin might take the decision to drop lower. And if we lose the white support area here around 16,330 it is, the lower support of that area, then I will be leaning towards, it's going down directly without putting this higher C wave in. But at the moment, my primary view is still that we should get this C wave. At least the potential is there, and the pattern would look much better with a higher C wave. And that C wave could go into the region around 17.3k. Let's just double check that because those targets move if we make new lows, for example. So it would actually only go into the region. Okay, so we've got 2 targets. First of all is the 1-to-1 ratio at 17,115. That's the first possible target, the 1-to-1 ratio between waves 1 and C. And the other target would be the 1.618 extension at 17.6k. So I've had 17.3 sort of in my mind because Bitcoin, until a few days ago, Bitcoin didn't go down that low, or hadn't gone down that low. So with that latest low here to 16,330, also the targets are coming down based on the Fib levels. As you can see, depending on where it retraces to, I have to change targets. So that would be the target for the next wave up. So we've got so broadly the range between 17.1 and 17.6K. Yeah, and that's where we are. And this is one of the structures, and the other structure we are tracking is this one that we moved down here in a wave A. This here was a wave B, and we are going to move up in a wave C afterwards. Now this would allow us to get into the 19 to 20K region, but there is no way of knowing which of these two is going to work out until we get into that pivot point region that I just told you, between 17.1, 17.6K, to see how the price reacts there. Do we go higher or not? And this blue count could, and that is one of the least likely option for me, this blue count could become a 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be a leading diagonal. And with an ABC happening afterwards, I would tell you that the low has been made for Bitcoin. But that is at the moment not very likely. It's not really on my radar. Of course, I'm observing and watching all sorts of patterns in parallel just to not miss anything. But yeah, this is for me the least likely one. Here in the very short term, if we go into the 30-minute chart, again, this is the support area I just mentioned. It's going down to Friday's low at 16,330. If it goes below that, I'm going to lean towards we go down straight away. I just mentioned that. However, again, likelihood would suggest we go higher first before we come down, and then we've got this possible 1-2 structure here. But here the low should now be in if this works out, because we had our probably ABC down, so probably have to move the wave 1 up here, but then ABC down, and this would be a wave 2 low, and we should then now move up in a wave 3. Here again, the move down, however, the move up from this low at the moment, is not really impulsive. So again, that is not a sign of, it's highly reliable, because this at best for me, is again, another leading diagonal base. Basically, if you're looking at the wave 3 here, the wave 3 obviously would work out in 5 waves as well. So we have here a wave 1 possibly, then there would be another wave 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, a possible breakout pattern to the downside, a so-called ascending wedge, is normally called a bearish pattern as well, because it's breaking down usually to the downside. It's a pattern of exhaustion. We could call it a leading diagonal, in the greater context of this, because it could be the wave 1 of the wave 3. These can be leading diagonals, so you can have overlapping waves, but what this is not, it's not an impulse. And to get reliability here, we would like to see an impulse. At the moment, we don't see one. Yeah, you could call this an impulse here. Then a wave 2 down, yes, but it now needs to deliver. It now needs to break above the 16,652 level next, and then 16,787. In summary, Bitcoin looks a bit weaker than Ethereum at the moment. And if I had to say, if I had to make a decision between Bitcoin and Ethereum, which one is going to make this blue wave C, I would rather say Ethereum. Bitcoin still can, of course, but Ethereum is already a bit further advanced on the way up. But that's where we are. No change really to the previous videos in context. Unfortunately, I know it's frustrating, I know it's boring, but we are in the bear market, so there will be better times. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. If you're interested, also check out our trading course that we offer on morecryptoonline.com, and also follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find additional content there basically every day. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.